Hey everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going through an unboxing of the high grade 12144 Immortal Justice Gundam. And the Immortal Justice Gundam, which I will just call the Justice Gundam from here on in, is from Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom. And this particular kit was released by Bandai in 2024, which is the current year. So, continuing on with some recent releases from Seed Freedom, particularly the Immortal Justice Gundam, which I will just call the Justice Gundam because it's a mouthful. Front of the box with some very nice cover art of the Justice Gundam, and then to the left we have it in its mobile armor, which doesn't look too bad, surprisingly enough. I do like the look, I do like the colours. It's obviously a throwback to the Justice, but it's not a copy of. Bottom of the box, just some pointers about the Seed action system, which is going to be about the articulation that the kit will have, followed by some quick tidbits of the mobile armor to mobile suit, and some of the weapons and accessories. Top of the box, front and rear, and a shot of the unpainted Justice, which may actually fare better than the Freedom did. And a quick story of Seed Freedom. Okay, box on. Time to look at what's inside. And everything out of the box. Front of the manual, top half is just a repeat of the front box art that we have seen before, and the bottom bit of blurb about the story and some information about the Immortal Justice Gundam and compass. And interestingly enough, no information about the pilot. Back of the manual, so we've seen some of these shots already from the back of the box, so going through the weaponry of the Justice, the Seed action system, and at the bottom we do have the color guide, which basically says red, dark blue, light blue, yellow, white, metallic green, metallic blue, light grey, and grey. The parts list, most of those should probably get used, and I didn't say it on the Freedom, but I'll say it for this one, no polycap. Otherwise, the build is pretty much your stock standard high grade. It's nothing overly too difficult or complicated. It does look to be a very nice and fun build, and obviously as we get through the backpack, the weapons, there'll be some steps on how to do the mobile armor form as well. So pretty much stock standard high grade manual. A little bit of colour, otherwise everything is pretty much as you expect. Now, what else is included? I'm going to make a punny. Sticker sheet. Infinitely less than what we saw on the Rising Freedom. It's probably a quarter of the sheet, really. Yes, some of these will be colour correcting, it's hardly surprising, but compared to the Rising Freedom, this is nothing. So that is always a nice relief. As for the runners, multicolor A runners, and we know that's some type of red. We have yellow, some clear green, and some translucent pink for some effect parts. Now, I don't think that's necessarily red, but it's definitely a type of red. It reminds me of the Savior, but I think it could be slightly different. B1 and B2 in that interesting red color, which the more I look at it kind of reminds me of a tomato color. B1 and B2 will have some functional overlap, otherwise B1 has some unique parts, B2 has some unique parts. C1 and C2 in your usual dark grey. Do we have overlap? Of course we have overlap. So C1 will have some unique parts, C2 will have some unique parts, and then the rest is pretty much overlay between your joints between the arms and the legs. Sea runners also do remind me of what was for the Rising Freedom, so could very well be copied between the two. So that's the seas. 2Ds in white. How much is it? Copy and paste? Well, small fraction of it. D1 has some unique parts. D2 will have shield and weapon components. That's pretty cool. So that's D1. And there is also some very nice detailing on these as well. Some of that detailing obviously a bit of a carryover from previous Justice variants. E1 and E2 in a, dare say maybe a dark blue, slightly purple. There will be some copying over, which is fair enough. But we will have, I dare say, some chest components on E1, a bit of a shield on E2, which isn't too bad. So definitely nice that we do have some of this overlay between the runners. And then lastly we have F1 and F2, F1 being a bit of a light blue, F2 in a light grey. Would they have shared part of the same mold? Most likely yes, based on that, but they are definitely not copies of each other. And that pretty much brings us to the end of the unboxing of the high grade 1 to 144 Immortal Justice Gundam. Feels like it's on par with the Rising Freedom in the way of plastic, which is good. Looks like there will be no spare parts, which is also a good thing, at least based on what I've seen. The Rising Freedom, I can actually say, did not have any spare parts. The sticker sheet was obviously a huge plus for the Immortal Justice. So it'll be nice to not have to spend a lot of time with stickers. So overall, definitely looks quite promising. Time will tell which of the two I prefer, if I do have a preference between the two. But obviously I'm looking forward to putting this together and spending a bit more time reading some of the information blurb about the suit and things like that, given that Seed Freedom, I think, will be airing in Australia sometime soon. Fingers crossed. Time will tell. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing video. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account, same handle as the channel. There is a link in the description. Speaking of links, because I always forget, I did get the Immortal Justice from HobbyLink Japan. There will be a link to the Immortal Justice also in the description. With that being said, stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in a future video. Given the current trend, it'll be flip-flopping between Plamo and non-Plamo, so I could very much see you in another Seed Freedom video, might see you in some non-Plamo. Either way, future video. We'll see each other soon. See ya.